Hello, everybody. How are you this morning? Great, okay.
Muy bien, gracias.
Muy bien. So, unfortunately, I will do the training in German now. No. I speak English, so very welcome, and I have to thank that I'm allowed to speak here in front of this audience. So they told me last night, and I'm a little bit nervous, but I always carry some presentations with me, so no problem. We will go through the material I'm always using. My name is Katrin, Bajri, and I'm, as Greg said, born in East Germany. And as you maybe know, this was the poor part of Germany before they got one country again. So my conditions where I came from has been not very well. That's maybe a good news for you. So everybody can do it if you just want it. It doesn't matter what you did before. Should I slow down for the translator? Or is that fine? Okay.
It's fine.
It's fine. Good. And I just saw the opportunity with Forever Living, especially when I had some meetings before I joined. So the company I've been in before, I was also Diamond. This was the highest position in that company too. But after I was in the top position, they closed down. So very nice. I had to start all over again, and most of my people got spoiled. They didn't want to go into another company again. They've been waiting for some checks, and so they didn't want to hear anymore something about network marketing. That means I had to find new people, and that's the good news for you, and it was for myself. If you really want to, you always find new people who are searching for opportunities. Even if I would today live in another country or in a town I don't know anybody, I can promise you I will find some. So I have 2 weeks in the States now, right? And there's always chances to talk to people. Actually, yesterday in the airplane, there have been some nice stewardess, and we changed business cards. So let's see what we can do out of this. I was shocked after my old company closed down, so I was really searching for the right company which gave me security. And everybody I was talking to, of course, said, my company is the best, my company is the best. So I took more than 6 months to have speeches with managing directors from all famous European network marketing companies, and always I wanted to speak to some top distributors and get an idea. And I can just tell you, there's no other company which has a round concept like Forever Living products. And that makes me feel I have to put all my power into it, because everything is in the right place and nobody has to worry about something. Otherwise, I could not have speed up like I did. So you have to have a good feeling that everything is in place, and we have a company with a big tradition, 25 years on the international market, so that if there's somebody who is scared if this company works, just bring him to the States and show him the company working since 1978. That's very important, that people have the right feeling before they start that they are in the right company. So it makes me again very proud that I joined Forever Living, because I know I never have to start all over again. This is my second and my last company.
Great.
And then, of course, because I have experience from my old company, I started network marketing 7.5 years ago. I did all the mistakes everybody did in the beginning. And when I joined Forever Living, with that experience, I started with the right strategy, and I wanted to avoid my mistakes I did in the first year. So that's why now I maybe save a lot of time, because I can I know the right things for me. So it doesn't mean that other people don't know right things. I can just tell you what I'm doing, and you just pick up that what you can use for your own business. I'm just talking about my way, and you just combine it to your way of working. And actually this picture, one of my girlfriends did before I got diamond, and she did that so I can put it on my wall in my office, and every morning I go in my office, I see that I have to get diamond. And so until I didn't be diamond, I looked at it sometimes a day, and it always motivated me. So that was a picture from before, actually. You have to set goals on pictures so you can imagine what will happen. And now we talk what's the most important things in this industry, because some people always asking, do I have to go wide, do I have to go deep, do I have to sell, do I have to sponsor? I can tell you, you have to do everything but in the right balance and not just pick up one. So we have to do 50% sale because we need customers, and actually in my old company they had just people who bought products and they never had customers, regular customers. That's why every month it went up and down, up and down. If you don't have customers, it's not a stable business. To stabilize your business, you need customers on a regular sales base. And if you need a growth, then you have to sponsor people. So both is very important, to stabilize and to grow. And the house has to be on two sides, so it's stable. That means your business is stable. And I want to give you an idea why is that so important. What I do with new prospects is, or new distributors, show them how they get the first 20 customers. It's very important because my old experience, they need to have at first customers, so it's the best proof that the business is working. If nobody has customers, there's no proof that the products are very good and that people can earn money immediately. So that's the proof that it's working for the new distributors. And actually in the first week I do some home shoppings with him so he can earn cash money out of this evening, so I can show him how to earn money very quick within the first days. That's just possible by customers, because the bonus check from the company comes after the month is finished. Then we do a names list, and actually if you have enough customers, you never run out of names list. People who just sponsor, they have to go into the cold market. If you have enough customers who recommend you, you never run out of warm market names list. And actually the warm market is growing 10 times faster than the cold market. So I don't believe in advertising, just as an additional tool, but not to build up a business. So I want to duplicate the right things. That's why I just show what new people can do. I show them home shoppings, and I show them how to build up an organization. And the organization is necessary to multiply. With the customers you stabilize, you show first money earning, and with sponsoring now you start to show how to multiply the business. And so people, when they get sick or they have some private things to do, they still earning money about duplication, about people which are in their downlines. And this is for your future. If you get older, you need a retirement pay, so this comes out of your organization, because this is passive income. Sales is active income. And if you work without customers, you reach a high and it will fall down again. So don't do it without customers, because it's dangerous. And if you have customers, your organization will be very stable. And actually with aloe vera products there's no problem having a lot of customers. That's why that I saw in the beginning, that's why this company is so stable since 25 years, because people want to have the products. It's very, very important, and that makes actually always a very serious impression if people can sell products and they are accepted on the market, so they don't feel like they just buy, they can also sell to customers. And it makes your organization very stable. So the 4 case credits, it's about 20 customers. And after everybody has 20 customers, nobody has a problem with his 4 case credits, which we later need getting manager. So at first make sure every new distributor has 4 case credits, not just when he's supervisor. In the beginning, in the first month, he needs to have 4 case credits. And then with 30 people, your manager, 30 people who are doing first 4 case credits. And maybe they're just coming out of customers. It doesn't matter. So we have to check where comes the turnover from. After my speech, you're fluently in German. That's just for me, so I can translate it. Where comes the turnover from? If people putting in new orders, if people putting in new orders for customers. So again, 2 sides. And if the distributors need more products because they sold, so they have to have new products. And if our customers get customers who buy all the time, every week, every month. So we stabilize also the customer base and the distributor which have customers. You see, it always connects together. So don't see just one side. And now we want to raise the turnover. We do the same things, but we put in new customers and new distributors, and then you not just stabilize, you raise it. And now it's just a question in which time you find more people who have 20 customers, means 4 case credits. All the marketing plan is about having 4 case credits. And you have to sponsor more than you want to have in your organization, because not everybody will stay active. Who of you did make this experience? Not everybody stays active. Almost everybody. So that's a natural thing, because we have mostly part-timers and they have maybe some private things or changes in their works, whatever. So we have to know we need more, because some of them will not stay active. If you don't sponsor, it will fall down to the level where are the customers. So always sponsor some more. Like every football team has 3 people waiting if somebody gets off. So you have to have some in reserve, so you can put them in to stabilize your turnover and to raise it. And that's a typical curve. And here starts the point where most of the people stop sponsoring, and then it will crash down again. Or they go into the management mode. And I just want to warn you, don't do it. Do the same things like you did in the beginning. So in the start phase, you put in new distributors and you show them how to make 4 case credits with 20 customers. They try the products, and I'm always doing 2-by-1s with every new first line, 90 days. And in the first weeks I see if he's good or not. But I'm doing 2-by-1s a lot, so I can check on this person if he's good being a manager or he just want to have a little product business. Then we raise it by sponsoring more, having more customers, and always setting new first lines, always. I could say now I have enough, I don't know how many, some 1,000, maybe 7,000 distributors, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Important is how many new legs you put in every month, because this is your next grow. And actually, if not everybody gets so good, you need always some people following up, so you can pick up some new getting manager. And this makes you having a momentum. Maybe you heard about momentum. If you stop sponsoring first lines, you will not have momentum. And then everything which is in a red color, you should avoid that. So you should avoid not selling anymore, and you should avoid not sponsoring anymore, because then your downline will do the same. Actually, the good news is your business will be like you are. If you sponsor enough, if you're having customers enough, your downline will do the same. If you stop it here and you just wait and you're manager now and you just manage your business, then they all will manage just the business. Nobody has turnover. So we lead by example. And our biggest leading by example is Rex Mon himself, because I heard an interview in Mexico. He said, after this 25 years FLP, he's still sponsoring when he sits in the airplane. So that impressed me very much, and he's not stopping. So why should I stop? When he leads the company, he's not stopping putting in new first lines. So I think this is an applause, huh, to Rex. So you have the best leader you can have in our president. So he's the best example. Now this is what we should do, or what we should just do the basic things you did in the beginning, and people who don't have a raised turnover again, they stop sponsoring or they stop having customers. So just back to the basics, and you have to put in at least, to get 2 new manager legs, 14 first lines, because every 7th people is a good one. He's a networker. And we want to find self-running legs. To find 1 networker, we have to put in 7 legs. So that's why I'm sponsoring 14. I want to have 2 managers per month, so I know I need 14. Because 12 will not be manager, but 2 will be. So if you don't have a big range, you work with the wrong people. Then you're stuck. You don't have the people who are really focused. So it's on you how many wide range you have to choose the right one. And then with the right one, you go into 90 days plan. If you go with the wrong one, you're not successful. So it's on you to have enough first line to choose the people who really want to do it. Nobody has to get put under pressure. We choose out of a big range, and we need a lot of first lines. Our marketing plan is paid wide, so don't understand it wrong. You have to go wide. And within in the first 90 days, you have to make your first line, but just those who want, successful. And that's my system, getting the manager within 90 days. But again, it's just possible when I choose before the right one, so I always put in new first line legs every month. At first, I don't work with people who don't have a names list. If they want to start with cold market advertising, not with me, because it's not duplicatable. They can do it by their own, but not 2 by 1 with me. Our profession is to show duplicatable things, and advertising costs money, and it's nothing to show new people. You can do advertising if you already earn enough money, additional, but not to show people. So we go through a names list, and they have to come back to me after 3 days with their names list. If they show up with no names list, I send them home. Because no phone calls. Whom shall we call? Then we set a date when we phone together. I phone and he's phoning, so he's just checking how I do the phone call, and I put them a little script, so they just go to the script. And the names list should have at least 25 top names, and you should have a range of 200. And every day getting, of course, new contacts. So 200 people, everybody knows 200, they just don't know. So you have to help them go through some professions, and then they write down the people which work in those professions. Everybody knows somebody who repairs cars, who's selling papers, who's working in the bakery, you buy your bread. So you know people, but you just don't imagine that they can be on your names list. So that's the most important, choosing the right people with a big range of first lines, and then having their names list. People with no names list, they are not able to go manager. Personal contacts and business contacts, and I always ask them if they don't want to join, do you know somebody who wants to do this business? So I always ask for recommendations. And you just can do it in the warm market, because people you don't know, they will not recommend you. And we're living on the mouth-to-mouth recommendation, so it's just possible with people you know. And then I help them for the first presentations. Every distributor should have at least 3 first lines. Otherwise, he gets then later on unrecognized manager. We want to avoid that. 1 leg is not good. 3 leg is good. And we start with home shoppings to find customers, and out of these home shoppings there are sometimes, or most of the times, 1 or 2 people who are interested in doing the business. So we get also distributors out of it, but not in that evening we talk about business, just about product or about business. And then I go through my ABC system with them. That's very old, it's nothing special. Maybe you heard that before, but maybe you didn't do it like this. So I very do believe in small meeting things and which people can repeat at home. So they don't have to rent hotel rooms, they don't have to spend money for things they don't earn in the beginning. So things which people can do without spending money are home-based business. And I actually get my managers in home-based business, in home shoppings and open houses for sponsoring. I never have big meetings for sponsoring because it's not very personal. And we are in a relation business. So I choose 2 per month. I go 90-day plan ABC with them. And that's, let's say, A. I sponsored A. I think he's the next manager, so I go ABC with him. And that he has 3 to 8 guests, he needs to invite 10 to 15 because not everybody show up. Did somebody make the experience that not everybody shows up? So again, you need a big range because you know before, just every second or third person will show up. If you just invite 3, there will nobody show up. So you have to tell the new person before because maybe he don't know. We need 10 to 15 invitations to have 3 to 8 guests. Then it's right. And out of this evening, now we have 2 possibilities. Finding the next person who wants to start a business, and which is B now. And it can be just a host who wants to do the next product launch. Maybe he's not interested in the business. It doesn't matter. Because we can do the 4 case credit also about customers. Our marketing plan doesn't make any difference. So you will always have a result when you show products. And it doesn't matter in the beginning if it's for customers or distributors. We found a new distributor or we found a new host who wants to do the same thing like he saw in A's house. So he just has to repeat because he saw it already. And actually they don't have to prepare food or things which not duplicatable. They just get our aloe drinks and they get our aloe tea and some fast break bars, things we have in our program, light shakes and nothing else. Otherwise they are not focused on the speaker. So they just try our products, and when people try and taste products they want to have it. So don't do the mistakes, handle them out coffee or lemonade, because we are not selling coffee and lemonade, we are selling aloe vera tea and gels. So they just try our products, then your result will be much higher. And the same thing we do with B. It can be the new host or it can be a distributor. But out of this leg, and we do that 3 times, so it secures this leg. And A has also already a very nice little business, and it's a home-based business in people's home, which makes it running very fast because they don't have to prepare. Within the first 2 to 4 days, my new first line will have an A meeting, so I don't have to wait organizing big things. And what I do, why I want to have 2 managers per month, I do 2 A's. So it's just another ABC leg here. So the question is, in which time you do this system, then you will have a smaller, medium or bigger result. It's just always the same thing, but with more first lines. So I do the ABC with the 2 best people out of 14, and they will be for sure manager, because I choose before. 12 are not good and 2 are good for my system. And I'm doing this at least once per month, or sometimes 2 per week, excuse me. 2 times twice per week. And so they see the things I show them and they duplicate 2 home shoppings per week for a part-timer. And for people who go full-time, of course, they can do it. I show you my timetable later on much more often. So what's the advantage? The little duplicatable things which can happen in people's home doesn't cost anything. And it works in the warm market, so you always can control who are the guests. It secures your legs. And if one day A don't want to do the business anymore, you know personal B and C because you've been in their home. So you have a personal contact, and it makes the business very secure because you went into the deeper legs. And my strategy is, at first I sponsor everybody, and out of this big range I pick up the 2 best. So I'm always working with the best, but I'm sponsoring a lot of people. Some need 4, 6, 8 months to be ready. Then I pick them up later, but I sponsor them already. So I have always people waiting that they can get manager. So I have a kind of a list. When do you want to get manager? Now, okay, ABC. Later, then he's for the next 3 months. So I have people waiting, asking me, when can we start? I don't have to push somebody under pressure because I always have a big range of new people. So that's easy working. But the most hard work is finding enough first lines. Then after then it's a very easy system. And for a part-timer it can look like this. So you remember we've been talking about 20 customers. It's 4 case credits. I show my first line how to have by home shoppings 20 customers, so I make sure he's always qualified with 4 case credits. And we put in the first 2 new people for him, and every month for a part-timer at least 1. That's very, very part-time. And this new person has 4 case credits next month. So at least we have, he's trying the products here. After the 4th month, the supervisor position. If you want to quit 1 and 2, so you start immediately. This is your first month and this is your second month. So after at least the second month, everybody is supervisor. Usually, if you put in 4 or 5 people in the ABC system, my first lines are supervisor after 3 or 4 weeks. So you just have to put in more than 3. But make sure everybody has his 4 case credits. And then you do the same with 5 people. 5 supervisor and your person is manager. So the most simple thing is showing people how to get supervisor with 3 to 4 first lines. And each of them has 4 case credits. Duplication with 5, and then you have your manager business. And then it can look like this. You take over the 16 basic months and you get out of this again the same structure deep, and you have 60 and 60, and this person is manager. So what you can skip is first and second months. That's trying the product and showing it to one person. If you skip it and put it in the first month, you have managers after 3 months or 90 days. So it depends what that people want. Always ask them, and you never have to work with pressure, because your big range will make sure you work with the right people. We're doing telephone calls together, and again I show him how to pick up his 20 best. So I teach how to have a big range of first lines so they don't work with the wrong people. Doing 2-by-1s and show the products and show the business. I work together with a person who wants to get manager in 90 days for 3 months, very incentive. So he can be sure he's not alone and he will do it. So my support is to secure this line until he's on the point he wants to be, for example, manager. I show him that it really works by having customers and sponsoring hosts or distributors out of the A meeting, stabilize these legs, and show him how to open contacts. It's the recommendation list I have on the meetings, and of course then I show him how to show this to others. That's our duplication. And when we see what's the results, so you have to work in the beginning very hard on your basics, like sponsoring and selling. In the beginning you have to do this 80% and your result will be 5%. That's when you build up, or maybe today you say you build up again. You want to do it different from now, then just do the things you did in the beginning. Sponsoring and having customers and have a big basic range. Then you do trainings, the result is 15%, but then you have a new tool. You have to promote your big events like on Saturday. So I'm focusing on selling tickets before big events like Profit Sharing Rally, Jonathan Days, whatever. And so you can have with 5%, 80% result, because after they saw a home shopping, they saw my 2x1. They need to see bigger groups, not in the beginning, but after. So I sell them tickets for the next event, but just as many as he needs. I never sell too much. So if he says he takes 2 people, he gets, of course, 2 tickets. And on that event, they get the big picture, and then you can create a duplicatable business with leaders. So if you don't work hard before events, let's say 4 to 8 weeks, selling tickets in advance, then your people will not get the big idea about this business. But you start with little meetings and then you create it bigger, bigger, bigger. So that opens the view for the business. So I don't believe in having people first time on big meetings. I start with little things and then I help them to open their minds. And our business is very, very simple. We just have to do it often. Sell products and show products. Sponsoring people, show the business, and then here you show your downline how to sponsor and how to have customers. So it's really easy if you don't forget to do the basics. That's why I'm sponsoring still, although I'm Diamond, at least 14 new first-line distributors every month. If I forget the basics, my downline will duplicate. And I hope you have enough, you sold enough tickets for the rally on Saturday, because then people get a vision, they get the big view about the business. Well, I wanted to have this big view before I started because I wanted to have the feeling being in the right company. So maybe Rex doesn't remember, but I catched him twice. Once in Switzerland at the opening and once in Rome at the Italian opening. And he didn't know me, I was just somebody. And he even gave me more than 30 minutes time to answer my questions. And I had the feeling, wow, if this president talks to people he even don't know if they get good or not, it must be a very warm-hearted, leaded company by the president. And that made me feel I'm in the right place here. So the same feeling your downline should have with you. So please take care that they have a good feeling. The first moments are very, very important. If I would have a wrong feeling about the president, believe me, I would not join the FLP. I would be in another company. So I think Rex did the right thing, although he didn't know me. Then I flew to England because I knew some Scandinavians who promoted me an event to see a Jonathan Day there. And I was on the way back in the airplane with Dusty Green, and I told him my story. I didn't even sign up. And I told him about a company who wanted to have me to build up their business, but they don't take care about people. And I said, I don't join this company, even they want to pay me money to join. And Dusty just said, oh, we want you. So I think he also did catch the right moment to give me a very secure feeling that this is really people take care and not just not just sponsor and then just leave you alone. So this is a business between people, and if they have the feeling somebody takes care, it's maybe sometimes just one word, one sentence, or how they react, then you can have leaders. If you do the wrong things in the beginning and they feel you're very cold-hearted, you will never find nice people. So again, you lead by example. How you are, your downline will be. And I always had a big vision. If this is a good company with products which are very consumable, people buy this again and again, and our turnover, per person turnover on my recap is between 4 and 6 case credits per person, because I go into the 20 customers in the beginning. Thank you. I make sure that my bonus recap looks very nice. That's actually euro, it's almost like dollar. So that's 1 month's German recap after 3 years. And I knew in the beginning, if this is a round concept, you can have customers, you can stabilize the business, and you have to have a good feeling putting new people into it. Then you can have such checks. Actually, I'm not the only one. There are some more good people who just work day and night for their business, and you can have it after 3 years. Oh, you cannot read it? It's a 71424, $71,000. Is that okay? And even another one, 73,400. And I can tell you, this is not the last one. I didn't get the check from last month. That was 2 and 3 months before. And it will be actually like this, maybe a little bit higher, but I have recaps out of 10 other countries, but they are not so big like the German check. So you have to have a big picture what is possible here if you do the right things. And my last sentence are, you have to control your business. And the Germans are very much like this, you know. Controlling, disciplining. So I like that, because the things you write down, you don't forget. And I make weekly planning with my new distributors over 90 days, so I can see what they do and what they don't do actually also. So if they start to claim it doesn't work, I know they didn't have enough phone calls, they didn't have enough, didn't put enough time. So they have to fax me every Sunday the new timetable for the next week. And people who don't do it, I know they don't have appointments. So I always know who is the right one. This is a kind of finding the people who want. I don't force it. If somebody don't want it, we don't have to do it. But the people who want to do the timetable thing, they want to control their business, they want to raise their business. So you know you work with the right people. So, and this is kind of a list where I can control some points, which I call income-producing activities. There are a lot of not income-producing activities, like sitting on computer making nice lists but no names in it. Creating nice things and make no volume out of it. So we have to concentrate on the income-producing activities, and they are on my list here. So how often did the person or I myself call somebody to sponsor per week? It's Monday to Sunday. How often did they or me call somebody to sell a product? And how often did you have contact to your downline to duplicate your business? How often did I do phone calls together with my new people? And how many direct contacts, like in the airplane with the stewardess or whomever, how many direct contacts did you do without having an appointment? It's just getting new contacts. How many people did I explain the business per week? How many people did I sell a product? And so on. How many presentations, can be little ABC system presentations per week? And so on. How many home shoppings, how many info meetings, how many trainings, how many events? How many people did join out of my downline on this event, so I can see how many people have been on the rally in Frankfurt out of my downline. I know they will grow the next 3 months. So you have to put it before, and the results come 3 to 6 months later, not at the same day. So you have to know, you have to work always in advance. And how is the result? So if people had a lot of phone calls and they didn't sponsor anybody, I can see it here. So then I know I have to give them another telephone training. If they don't write it down, I don't know how many people did they call, or maybe they had some wrong phone calls. So it's finding out mistakes and avoiding them in the next week. If you don't find it out, they do it again and again, and then they don't catch their goals. So just make sure that everybody is doing the right things, and put the goals on a on a leaflet. Where do they want to be 1 year later? So now you build up the big vision. What do they have to do to be senior manager after 12 months, or soaring manager? One of my first lines, soaring manager within 5 months. He wanted to. How can it be? So we need 5 manager legs. So it depends what the person wants, but you have to write it down. And then you ask them, you want to go full-time, or you can do it part-time? If you do it part-time, that's the timetable. From 9 to 11, and from 10 to 1 they usually have to work. But they can meet somebody in their lunch break. Business people, it's a good meeting in the lunch break, having a meeting while you eat. Then they are free, let's say from 6 p.m. after the regular job, and they can have 2 presentations per night. I'm not talking about big hotel presentations. I'm talking about ABC, home-based business. You can do a lot of them because they are small and very easy to handle. And after the meetings, every night I call the people who had their own home shoppings, my new people or people out of my downline, and ask, how was your day? It's very, very important. They don't go sleep with problems. So if they talk with you before they go to sleep, they will have a nicer day next day. So it's kind of a mental support every evening when I talk to my leaders or also to my new people. And on the weekend, part-timers can use Saturday and Sunday for, I call it open house. So again, it's in people's house, but nowadays they do sponsor meetings. So they invite for an opportunity meeting, but still it's very easy to handle because it's in people's home. And in the evening, again, we can do 90 days planning, doing appointments for 2x1 and so on. And again, I call my team. It can be on the way back on the mobile phone if you travel somewhere. So it's important to stay in contact. And my goal is, after 90 days, my first liner should earn that money so they can go full-time. Some need more, I say 3 to 6 months. It depends what do they want to earn. And full-time people will bring you 3 times more volume. So my goal is, when they earn good money, having them very early on full-time, then your organization is raising up. But you have to do the work with the new people so they can afford going full-time. And then they can do some sport in the morning, whatever, in their office, some paperwork. Between 11 and 1, they can do business contacts with people who work in some offices. Then again, in the lunch break, they can meet somebody up. And they do 3 to 5 presentations per afternoon and evening. I'm again talking about little home presentations, between 3 to 15 people maximum. So it's easy to handle and very easy to duplicate. So they do an open house every Saturday, every Sunday for people who cannot do it in their own home. The sponsor puts an open house, and just you have more blocks with presentations. So the goal is, if people want to go full-time, they want to earn money to have a full-time job with Forever Living, they have to earn a manager bonus. So make sure they get manager in 90 days, and the result is you will have a higher income because your manager will have a bigger volume, 3 times more, if you have more full-timers. So that's what I'm doing the whole day, and I'm not just managing my downline. With my new prospects and distributors, I have 3 to 5 presentations per day, and if I travel to another city, I put on the way to that city maybe some contacts which are on the way when I go by car, or sometimes when I go by train, I meet them in a central station, stop 1 hour, and I go somewhere else. So if you press your timetable in the right way, that it's on the way, you go somewhere, you meet people, they want to meet you, then you don't have to go extra there. And it's just about the right timing. I had to learn that also, so you just can check it. If you write it down, if you make your weekly plan, then you will find your resources. If you don't write it down, you don't know what you do, and you don't know what your downline is doing. So, but what everybody has to do is making appointments to get a result. I wish you success. Thank you.